Yo, what up? It's your boy Cristo. We're back at you live again, baby. Here we are. I'm glad you're tuning in. I'm glad you're listening in. Shout out to everybody that's shouting out. Shout out to myself. Shout out to you. Shout it out. Shout them out.
Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Rocky Raccoon, and it's October 26th, Thursday, episode 34. How is everybody doing out there, man? Chris?
34. We're in it. How am I doing? I'm doing great. Doing well. I'm living it. Got my third eye open. I don't know about y'all. Appreciate it. Appreciate those ones hooking it up. Shout out to you hooking it up. You know who you are. Number one fan.
Oh, yeah.
Super fan.
Yep. I don't want to shout out to Kira for being the always, number one fan. First to comment, first to view. Appreciate your support.
Supporting it.
Yes. So I'm just going to jump right on into it. We had spoke about this a couple podcasts ago about the funeral home in Penrose, Colorado.
Yes.
So just kind of updated information on that. Last we heard, the body count had increased to upwards of 200. And at that time, no other information was released on how the bodies were found.
Yeah, so like I said, I finally drove past it. I went out there. I went out towards that way, and I drove past it. So when you drive past the building, they got everything in caution tape, and they have like an old, what do you call those fences? Those old bird eye fences, just the chainmail fences. They got those, right? But they blocked them all off in black tarp around the whole property, so you can't see anything that, like, when you drive by, you can't see anything. But they'll have a gate that has a caution tape on it. I seen two tarp tents outside the complex that were all blocked off as well. So I'm wondering if they're like pushing bodies in there and trying to identify bodies in there.
Probably, yeah. So some more information actually just came out today and over the past week, and I'm still trying to figure out how the bodies were stored. I can't seem to find any information on that. But last I heard, they're currently trying to transfer all the bodies to El Paso County. So I think there's a place in Colorado Springs that's trying to take some of these bodies. And I guess some of them have been in there for several years. And it's crazy and it's unfortunate.
I don't like what you were saying. I don't understand how you could store that many bodies in that kind of complex. Like I'm saying,
I don't know. So from
some people are speculating they had to be stacked on top of each other. I'm like, who knows, man?
Yeah, exactly. Like, who knows? And I'm waiting for that to be released. But fortunately, they said I think about 140 bodies have been identified so far. So that's good. A lot of people are coming out and saying that they're finally figuring out what's happening to their loved ones. Why haven't they received their ashes? And some people have received ashes, but no certificate of authenticity.
Yeah, so I heard some things like that. I heard like some lady got ashes back and she sent them off to see if they got tested and whatnot, and it was not who it claimed to be. And then so some people said that it had like consistency of like quickcrete, like concrete mix.
Oh man.
So they put like water droplets in it, and it solidified to like concrete, I guess. I don't know. Speculation, rumors, who knows? Yeah. This is what I heard on the street, But still, I don't understand how and I believe that guy. I don't even think he had you don't have to be like certified in cremation or embalming,
right?
And I believe they're gonna start cracking down on this since something like this came about. But I can understand if something like that does happen, the dude is who we don't know too much about this person.
Right.
No it's we don't know if he was doing something foul or not. Like I said, this is he say, she say kind of stuff. But at the end of the day, it's man, I don't know what else this dude could be doing.
Right.
But I don't know, dude. This is so weird, dude.
It's super weird. So they did find out that a couple years back, they did request for funding because they were really low on money to get the things they need. And one of the things that we did mention is that they obviously found these bodies improperly stored and in the incorrect temperature is pretty much the only type of information that I saw on that. But they also saw that they did receive a grant for the money. So it's where did that money go?
Oh man, so this dude was hurting for money, so he was probably cutting corners.
Yeah.
Probably not doing the right processes you should be doing to, a
Right.
body after it decomposes and stuff like that. And like I said, I hear that he has another one in Colorado Springs, I believe. So that one's probably being investigated as well. We'll have to find out where that one is, and I'll take a drive by that one, see what's going on down there. But
Yeah.
it seems like it's hurting for money. Not maybe cutting corners.
Yeah. I
Who
mean, you
knows?
would think, but you would hope at some point he's like, hey, I can't take anymore.
At
right?
some point, he's like, I can't pay the air conditioning bill.
Right.
So I got to let these bodies sweat a little bit.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess they're going to be doing a thorough investigation here shortly. And I think they're going to be seizing the property and trying to figure out what they need to do in order to make it what it's actually for, like the return to nature. So I don't know if they're actually seizing it, but I know that they're doing, I think, what they call a sunrise investigation, whatever that means. But that's going to be released in the coming weeks, so that should be interesting.
Yeah, man, that's just crazy. That's too crazy. We'll find out more about that, and we'll do another follow-up on that one.
Find out more about that, but if you guys have any information on that too, please comment
Please
below.
contact below or your local authorities. Comments below, please, and then we'll read them to the people.
Yes, let me know what's going on.
It's that Halloween.
Yep.
It's about that Halloween time, dude.
Oh yeah, Halloween
October.
is just around the corner.
Watch out, man.
So Halloween is on a Tuesday
And usually it snows on Halloween.
or a
It's
Wednesday.
getting colder.
It is getting
Past
cold.
couple years, it snowed.
Yeah.
I don't know if it snowed last year, but I know it snows around Halloween time.
Yeah, supposedly it's supposed
always
to
the
freeze
first-
Sunday.
And I guess it's supposed to like snow on the peaks, 30 inches on
Yeah.
the peaks. But that's usual. That's normal. So
Yeah.
I bet you Benny's gonna get some snow.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah. Send
Benny,
us some
shout out
videos.
Benny. Where you at?
Send us some videos where you at, bro. Let me see that snow.
Yeah, send in a video, Benny. We'll put it up here.
But they actually, I know they closed down Monarch Pass a couple weeks ago because of the snow. And I was like,
See
already?
what I'm saying?
It's
Yeah.
just those mountain towns, man. And speaking of mountain towns, we live in a mountain town, kind of like in a bowl,
We live on
surrounded
the
by mountains,
foothills. Yeah.
foothills. So, this Ring camera caught a mountain lion, and this thing was pretty huge. So when you're thinking about when you see a mountain lion, you obviously think, oh, this guy's.
And this
probably
was
out.
here. This was here in town, Canyon City, Colorado.
Here in town. So I'll show you some pictures of how close into town it actually was, so you guys understand the full concept. Like, it's in a backyard
So this was on 5th Street, right?
on 5th Street. Yeah, so it's a pretty dense populated area. So
Sheesh, man. I know people that live over there, dude.
yeah, exactly, and it's just right there in the backyard. And like I said, it's a pretty good size. And I'll
It
throw some
probably
pictures
had
up
to
here.
come. It had to come over here by like Skyline Ridge over there, Skyline
Yeah.
Drive, or something out there. Like Red Canyon. It had to come from out there.
Yeah, because 5th Street kind of backs up to we have natural hogbacks in Canyon, so it backs up to that. And I mean, hogbacks aren't mountains, you know what I mean? But further out than that, you have Skyline Drive, and then you have
like
Fremont.
I said, it's like little hills. We're on the foothills,
Right.
So like we have access to all that dense forest area.
Yeah, so it had to have crossed the highway just to get here. I mean, but the highway is really not that far, but still, it's in the backyard.
Yeah, I believe it's a female because this sucker's huge.
Huge. It's huge.
Man.
Like I said, I'll have to put some pictures up here.
Looks
but
like a liger.
yeah, it could be, man.
Spooky.
They're not extinct. They're not extinct.
Spooky.
Spooky season.
Spooky.
Yeah, let me know what you guys are gonna be dressing up for as Halloween.
Halloweeny.
Comment down below. Tell me if you guys are going to any type of parties, and if so, what you're dressing up as.
Oh man. So let's see. This weekend, talk about parties. We're gonna go to another rave. Elise and I. We just
That'll
got
be
back
fun.
from BTSM and Red Rocks this last Sunday.
How was that?
Oh man, it was crazy, dude. Incredible show.
Yep.
Incredible show. Good cinema.
At Red Rocks?
Yeah, because they had like a animated thing going on out there. It is intense, dude.
Oh man, I bet.
They had something called a portal. A portal is like, you know what a portal is, man?
Yeah.
They had like a eulogy talking about how we're getting ready to enter it and stuff like that, dude. I was in the zone, man. I was
Oh, I
like,
bet.
whew.
Just
You
zoned
know?
in on that. Yeah, on the
Yeah,
visual
good times,
effects.
man. Yeah.
The light shows at Red Rocks are always the best.
Yeah, we're going to another show called Supernatural, and we're gonna dress up as steampunk this time.
Now, this is the one where you said it had multiple levels, right?
Yeah, so it has multiple levels, multiple stages. It's in Denver. I think it's in like the Denver. I don't know if it's the Coliseum, but it's around somewhere. I can't remember where it's at, but Supernatural. Different stages, different DJs. Nice. Yeah, it's gonna be.
That's gonna be fun. Comment down below if you guys like going to these types of things, and if so, if you like, dressing up, or if you like going in shorts and a white tee, like
EDM.
Yeah, it's pretty fun stuff. Let us know who your favorite EDM musician is, and so on and so forth. I'd like to know.
Let us know what you're dressing up as.
Yeah, browse the genre.
Are you dressing up for Halloween? You got to take the kids out, right?
I've thought about it, and I don't know, man. I'm always such a last minute guy when it comes to costumes, and
oh, come on, man.
I don't know, man.
Just go down to the Spirit store and just pick up a costume and return it the next day.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of people do that, actually.
You get one of those guys.
Pretty soon, Spirit of Halloween's going to be gone the next day. They're going to be getting rid of everything on Halloween, so that way no one can. I
think all Spirit stores are seasonal anyway, so I don't know if it will be around. But
yeah, they always pop up in the randomest spots. Yeah. Sorry, I bumped the table there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Saturdays are for the boys, man.
Mm-hmm. Saturday for the boys. I got some other news out there, and I found this news pretty hilarious, man. Is that we also touched on this a couple podcasts ago too. The Osiris Rex mission that went out to that asteroid took about 6 years or so.
That mission was about going to go to another asteroid to pick up some samples, right?
Right.
Tell me about these samples. What? Tell me, because they brought them back.
Yes, they brought them back. They brought them back, and I think they went live the beginning of October.
And last episode, we were talking about the possibilities of like these elements that they're going to bring back, and I was like, I don't know if it's a good thing to bring them back.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
What if it's going to be like one of those movies that we watch and that those alien things are living on them, these organisms, and they go inside a human body and then just corrupt us into killers, bro?
It could happen. It could happen, but we're not going to know right now because, unfortunately, they can't open the freaking box.
I'm telling you, that's a good thing.
Yeah. They said that there's plenty of samples on the outside of the container.
Yeah, they're going to say
able to analyze. But
they say it's going to be like space dust or something, man.
Yeah. So that's pretty much what it is. But yeah, they can't seem to get it open, and I think about 90% of the samples are still in there. So
it's going to be COVID-20, dude.
I just thought that was funny. Maybe it's they're
going to open it. It's like some black mist is going to come out of it, and they're going to be like CDC's like everyone's got to wear a mask. We're going to be locked down again.
Yeah, I could see it happening.
Because where everyone's all sheep and be like, yes, whatever you say, we'll do this. Yes, yes, whatever you say.
Pretty crazy, man. And just to kind of keep it on some space news, this happened a few weeks ago, but I just wanted to let some people know because I found it pretty cool. I'm kind of a space nerd, and when it comes to rockets and stuff, more so about rockets, but Elon launched another Falcon X rocket that was carrying about 26 satellites for Starlink.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think that's pretty cool, and I didn't know this, but apparently he's got some competition. I guess Bezos, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure it is Bezos that is also trying to start an internet service that is like Starlink, that you shoot out satellites and pretty much wherever you go you can get internet.
We were talking about that a couple episodes ago too, and like we were saying like some of Elon's satellites are emitting, what is that? Not uranium, but it was like nuclear.
Is it radiation?
Yeah, there you go. It was, they were leaking out radiation all over. You know what I mean? That's kind of something to be on the radar and think about, So who knows what Jeff Bezos is going to come out with, but it's got to be something better than Elon, you know what I mean? Because he probably did some trial and error. He did some testing. He probably been watching this, that, and the other. You know what I mean? So it's going to be the next best thing too.
And not only that, I mean, dude's got the money,
Yeah, so and I think they're also trying to like, I think they have done it, or they have like these little planes that go up to the sky and stuff like that, and you can be in outer space.
Oh yeah, I think
they're doing things like that now. You know?
Like civilian trips up to space.
Yeah, they're starting to do things like that. I know Jeff Bezos is into big stuff like that. So
yeah, that'd be pretty cool to do that, but I heard it's insanely expensive, and pretty much only the A-listers are able to do it.
And those people that got, like I said, they were I think last episode too we were talking about those people who were trying to get on the waiting list for Mars.
Oh yeah.
You know, they started
Yeah.
taking applications and things like that. They started doing some studies and test pools out there. And I think I seen some like live action videos of them also.
Yeah.
There's a couple of them that couldn't make it already, things like that. I'm like,
Right.
yeah, that's what it, you know, you
Well,
don't
I
know what it's going
know
to be like.
I know the people that were on
Isolation.
the oh my gosh, what is that submarine's name? The one that went down to see the Titanic?
Oh, yeah. Sheesh.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe I can't remember the name. But yeah, some of
The
those
PlayStation Sony
yeah,
submarine.
so some of those passengers actually rescinded their money to go to one of those like outer space trips so they could go down to the Titanic.
They're like, nah.
Yeah, and that stuff's still
I
in
think
the news.
Mr. Beast was on one of those lists. He's like,
He
nah.
was,
I
yeah.
think he went down once and then, or I don't know. I
He went to
know
go
he
check it
was
out.
on it. I think, yeah, he's like, he went to go check it out. He's like,
Yeah.
nah, I don't want to do this, man.
He's like, no, man, you don't got the cheat codes in there, so
He's-
I ain't going down. I don't blame him. I do not blame him at all.
Yeah, I remember we were talking about it, and it's like put together like with some wrenches and ratchets, bro.
Yeah, yeah. So it was definitely made unorthodox. You know, not the type of way that submarines are supposed to be built. And like I said, they were just in the news again a couple weeks ago that they are finding more remains.
Oh man, that's
Yeah,
too bad.
That is too bad, man. It is terrible.
But at least they're finding them, I guess.
Yeah,
Usually,
yeah.
I
mean,
think like a shark or an animal would get them or something.
right. Yeah,
But
it's just
Man.
crazy that they're still scooping stuff up. You know,
crazy out there.
it is crazy.
Well, the one thing that's crazy too is about this ocean, dude. This ocean, we don't know much about it. We know more about space and the moon and things like that than we do our own ocean.
We do, which is crazy.
And the thing is like the planet is shifted so much, and they're finding like different artifacts and pyramids and different like geological shapes down there. They're like, how did this get down here? 700 feet below the ocean, 300 feet below the ocean. And then you got some tourists going out there and finding their own things out there, artifacts. I think
Yeah.
some dude found like a Viking sword because him and his grandson were just walking the beach and something like that.
No way.
Yeah. You know, there's still things that need to be
That is
unearthed
super
and,
cool.
and be found. Joe Rogan and Graham Hancock, they just came out with an episode on Spotify talking about how things just keep getting older. Graham Hancock and Randall Carson, that's another thing we talked about, the dry impasse theory.
Oh yeah, the younger dryer or whatever. I'm not pronouncing
Talks
that
about
right.
like
I know I don't. But.
Telepi, right? What's that called? What's that site called?
Oh,
Tepe?
Yeah,
Quebec Tepe or something
yeah.
like that. They talk about
Obegali Tepe.
Yeah. They talk about
Yeah.
those.
I don't think I'm pronouncing that right either, but yeah.
Yeah, man.
That's
That's
pretty
what
crazy.
turns my gears is like this ancient knowledge that, you know, we have in our backyard and we're
Mhm.
really not tapping into it. Like Graham was saying, like we've kind of have amnesia.
Mhm.
And like, you know, like there was an advanced civilization way back then and we don't know nothing about it. Cause you know, like
Right.
I think have you heard the Rosetta Stone?
Yes.
It's like a stone that they found that we can like kind of decipher some old languages.
Mhm.
If we didn't find that stone, we would have never like
Right.
unlocked these languages and things like that. So if one thing they were saying, if one thing can change history by finding like this Rosetta Stone, what other things are on Earth or that we have on Earth that they're hiding
Right. Or
with all
haven't
this
found yet.
knowledge and things like that? Yeah, or haven't
Yeah.
found. Yeah.
Yeah, because what they're saying now is that they're finding places that are just like completely buried, like hundreds of feet underground, and civilizations are built on top of them, and then they didn't
Yeah.
even know that there was a civilization
Like
that was
that
already
LiDAR
there.
stuff.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and so they're finding all kinds of stuff, man.
Yeah, I heard to piggyback what you're talking about. I heard that they found this, you know, this temple on top of another temple, and on top of that other temple was like a base temple. So it's like they were talking about like how like civilizations came and conquered and put their own little stamp on their place. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And like I said, things kept getting older, and then you find like these megaliths that you can't. They said it's really hard to date stone because you know stone's been around billions of years.
right.
So you have to like source like the organic matter around it, like the dirt and the leaves or whatever's embedded in that stone and stuff
Yeah.
like that. So
Yeah,
that's just crazy to me, man. How
is crazy.
we have all this stuff underneath our noses and we're not really tapping into it.
yeah, it's nuts, and I just don't know if like these. I don't know, man. Like, because you think that people would just go out and start excavating places that are like, oh, it's got to be here. So maybe it's just like some laws prohibiting that, or I know a lot of it has to do with like funding. and
Well, you know
stuff.
about the Alaskan, they call it like the Alaskan junkyard, I think it is. with that
The
guy.
Mammoth Junkyard.
Yeah, the Mammoth Junkyard.
Graveyard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he was talking about how like he did all that. He unearthed all this stuff, and he's like, I'm gonna call these universities to come pick it up. So like they did all that. They did all this carbon dating. They did all the analysis and whatnot, documented all this stuff, and then they took it from him, and then he never seen it again.
Yeah.
And then he said he knows somebody on the inside saying they dumped all that remains in the river. So a whole bunch of, and then so he told, he was on the Rogan show, and he told Rogan the coordinates where this place was at.
Yeah.
And like a whole bunch of people went down there and found the dump site, and they were just pulling out mammoth
Tusks.
bones and tusks and stuff
That
like
is
that.
nuts. That is super nuts.
That's crazy, dude.
That is crazy.
So it's like what other things have they found, or artifacts that they found that they are not telling us? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I would imagine that there's probably a few out there that they think would cause like some mass chaos, you know, if they.
Yeah, so I think so like with this whole alien thing that's going around too, you know, they're kind of sneaking it in here and there, but they got this war that they're getting ready to start and things like that. So they're starting to release like blanket news and things like that to cover up and push these little things. But no one seems interested in this stuff anymore. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's because of the new technology that we have nowadays. It's just like making us think other things, you know. But
It could be. Yeah, it could be.
I don't know, man. It's just crazy.
That is crazy, man. But yeah, let's switch some gears here a little bit because we always like to talk about sports as well. So
Sports.
Do you have anything new in the sports world?
Let's talk about UFC, man. We last Saturday we had a big fight card, and we had Islam versus Volkanovski. It just pounded him out, TKO'd him real quick, dude.
First
It was like a bobblehead, man.
Oh.
And I was telling you about, I was like, he's got to get to the fence. He got to the fence. He just, those guys are, that team is just dominant in that control position. You know, when they got him against the fence and holding him down, he did the best that he could do. He got to the fence, he pounded him out. That's how he stopped it. But how he originally stopped it was that head kick, you know?
Right.
He made some adjustments. He started with low kicks, and then he had that high kick. To the head. Boom, got him.
And he even had his guard so high, too.
Volk had his hand up, but he like clipped him on the top of the head, clipped him, got him, buckled him, took him to the fence.
It was rough to watch, man.
You see that replay. Yeesh.
Yeah, it was bad. What other fights happened that week?
You had Usman versus Hamzat. That was a co-main event. That went all the way to the distance, which I don't think anybody thought would go to the distance because you had, you know, Kara Usman, the champ.
Yeah.
Wrestling defense, superb, off the charts like usual.
Right.
You know, wasn't really any. I would say wasn't any really significant like ground game or ground damage, but that's how most of the fight was going out. I think the first and second round, that's how it ended. But it went to majority decision and Hamzat won.
Yeah.
You know, that was crazy. But then again, Usman went up weight, so.
Right. I mean, Hamzat, he was ready, man. I mean, when they were about ready to call that fight, I mean, they went into his corner, and I mean, he looked
both of
like
them
he
were
was ready to kill, man.
Both of them were in their stance.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
He was ready.
That low level getting ready to fucking pounce.
One thing I did want to ask you, because I walked in as soon as it was happening, and I guess it's pretty controversial in the UFC world, was as soon as I walked in, Johnny Walker was getting doctor stoppage, I think is what it was. So tell me a little bit more
Johnny
about
Walker
that.
versus Ankalaev, I think his name is. So it was a no contest, which people don't understand why it was a no contest, which dude got kneed in the head on the ground. So he needed a ground opponent. So Johnny Walker was kind of dazed and confused. They stopped it. The doctor went inside the ring. They asked Johnny, where you at?
Yeah.
And they were in Abu Dhabi at the time. And he said he's in the desert. He's like, I'm in the desert, which everyone knows that's where you're at. You're in the desert in Abu Dhabi. Yeah. And the doctor called it off. He said, no, this is not it. Doesn't know where he's at. And so I don't know if it was like a language barrier or what, or if something was going on that, like, I don't know, but most people think it was a language barrier. And he pushed the doctor away, and he's getting ready to fight. They're all trying to push everybody away because they didn't know what was going on and stuff like that. So it was a no contest, which if you get kneed in a down opponent, that's a disqualification. You get DQ'd. So Johnny Walker should have won, just like Peter Yan and Funkmaster Funkmaster. That's how he got his belt. You know, Peter Yan need him need him
Oh,
down.
that's right. Yeah, yes.
And Aljamain Funkmaster
yeah,
Sterling. Yeah,
Yep. I remember that now.
He got kneed in the head, got DQ'd, and lost his belt. The dude,
Right.
Peter Yan, lost his belt. That was a DQ. You know what I mean? And so
Yeah.
that's why it was a big controversy. And you'll hear on the week coming up talk about why this was a no contest. It should have been a DQ.
Right.
A lot of people are just slapping this referee in the face right now.
I mean, because that's on their record now, right?
Oh yeah, that's on there. You go up there right now, you'll see no contest.
Yeah. That's got to be tough because I know the records are like all these dudes have. You know what
I mean, so that's another thing too. I got another buddy who talks about, so Empowered, they bought WCW and the UFC, so now they're all one entity.
Oh dang, I didn't know that.
And they're talking about like how they're like fixing fights or like they don't want to make it like WCW. You know what I mean? So Corral Usman went up to weight, so that's why they're talking about they're just picking fights, you know, they're just cherry picking to like I don't know,
bring in.
I don't know. I don't think it was
views.
like that. I think it was Usman was a champ, you know what I mean? So I
Right.
mean, give him that opportunity to step up a weight class and save the fight card, save the card because Charles Oliveira was supposed to fight and what's his name was supposed to fight. You know what I mean? Pablo Costa, he got that infection on his arm. He was supposed to fight. So Usman stepped up, you know what I mean, to save the card. Both those guys, Volkanovski, 10-day notice, saved the card. You know what I mean?
That's respect out there, yeah, because a lot of people appreciate that they stepped up in such short notice, you know. But I know something pretty crazy happened in the fight world too, and that just happened. What was it today or a couple days ago when that news got released about the champ?
Oh, the former champ Francis Ngannou.
Oh no, I'm talking about Bones.
Oh, Johnny Bones Jones?
Yes, sir.
Oh, so Johnny Bones Jones was supposed to fight. I think it was UFC 300. I think he's supposed to fight Stipe Miocic. And this is a fight that we all been waiting for.
Oh, yeah.
It's been cooking. It's been marinating. This has been in the oven. And I think he tweaked his knee or something a couple of days ago. So they just released that he's not going to be fighting no more.
He tore his muscle in his shoulder that connects it to the bone or something, or his pec muscle or something like that.
They said he ripped it off the bone, ripped it off the bone, dude.
Yeah.
Ugh. Can you imagine the pain and agony you go through that stuff?
The video's out there and it shows, and he's like, like, dude. But if that happened to me, I'd be instant tears, bro.
I'd be pretty sad myself, man.
Oh man, but yeah, so that's gonna be.
I've seen a whole bunch of internet memes go around live. We're saying like fans spending like tens of thousands of dollars because they're expensive tickets, but like spending all this money and the dude's all like drinking in the rain. He's all crying in the rain because John Jones ain't gonna fight and he's got to go sit in his seat.
So you think they're gonna get a replacement?
Oh yeah, I can't remember. They already replaced it and all that. And then they're thinking about he's gonna come back in 8 months.
8 months. Yeah, geez, I mean, I don't know, man. That just sucks. Yeah. I mean, 8 months. It's a long time. It's a long time in the fighting world. Yeah, so he might come back when McGregor comes back.
Yeah, I bet you they come back on the same card. If not the same card, right behind each other.
He's saying it right now.
Right now,
and I bet you you're right, dude. I bet you you're right. Any last words for the Misfits here?
Keep your head up. Keep going strong. I mean, you're not the only one going through it. Don't judge a book by its cover. Just be safe. Make right decisions. Make right choices. If you're not happy, find out how to get happy. Be happy.
I hear you, man. I hear you.
Any last words for these suckers?
Just be safe over the weekend. Have fun at Halloween, and make sure you're checking your kids' candy. You know what I mean?
Razor blades, gunshots, razor blades.
All right, Misfits. We'll catch you episode 35. Peace.